welcome to beautiful Cambridge. We're here for a very special event, the 40th anniversary of the Cambridge Folk Festival, so we thought we'd arrive in style.
Yes, it's not the quickest way to the site, but who could resist, really? We've got lots of great music coming up in the next hour, and amongst the acts you'll be seeing are...
We're going to have a festival stalwart, the great Loudon Wainwright, a newcomer to the UK, but one who promises great things, Mindy Smith, and also the great Irish Mancunian, the multi-talented Michael McGoldrick.
We'll also be hearing from Devine Comedy, the highly acclaimed Gillian Welch, and another old festival retainer in the nicest possible way, Ralph McTell.
We're going to start off with another familiar name. Here are the Levellers.
What a beautiful day. And nothing is impossible in my powerful mind. Was on the 5th of November, the time it went by. Well, some say that that's impossible, but you and I will never look back. What's an incredible, so beautiful, and above all, just to see the fuse gonna lit this time to light a real bonfire for all time. What a beautiful day, I'm the king of all time. And nothing is impossible in my all-powerful mind. Well, I was drinking in my nightclub. It felt good to be by. When Hepburn said I love you, Flynn said make mine a double jive. Was then we planned the revolution to make things better for all time. Oh, and Guevara said that's crazy, but ordered up a bottle of wine. Oh, what a beautiful day. And nothing is impossible in my all-powerful mind. Oh, what a beautiful day, I'm the king of all time. Well, nothing is impossible in my all-powerful mind. In there on the big screen, every night I've seen the way that our things should be, yeah. For me, yeah. For me, for me, for me. Well, the news broke after midnight. We pulled the temples down without a sound. But the generals, they were hiding out. The ministers, well, they'd all gone to ground. Welfare distribution became the new solution. So I got a paper bag, you got the one with all the holes. And what a beautiful day, I'm the king of all time. And nothing is impossible in my all-powerful mind. What a beautiful day, I'm the king of all time. Well, nothing is impossible in my all-powerful mind. Yeah, because nothing is impossible in my all-powerful mind. You know that nothing is impossible in my all-powerful mind.
The Levellers, and what more appropriate, beautiful day. Now, it's a special year, as we know, the 40th anniversary of the Cambridge Folk Festival, so what more appropriate than one of the big voices of English folk, and a man celebrating a bit of a special birthday himself this year. He's 60, but we're not going to go too much into that. What we want to hear is the music. This is Ralph McTell.
There's 4 who share this room, and we work hard for the crack. Sleeping late on Sundays, well, I never get to Mass. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way, and it gets further day by day. It's a long way from Clare to here. Now when Friday comes around, well, terror's only into fighting. And me ma would like a letter home, but I'm too tired for writing. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way, and it gets further day by day. Oh, it's a long way from Clare to here. It almost breaks my heart when I think of Josephine. I told her I'd be coming home with my pockets full of green. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way, and it gets further day by day. It's a long way from Clare to here. Now the only time I feel alright is when I'm into drinking. It sort of eases the pain of it, and it levels out my thinking. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way, and it gets further day by day. It's a long way from Clare to here. Sometimes hear a fiddle play, or maybe it's an ocean. I dream I see white horses dance upon that other ocean. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long, long way, and it gets further day by day. Oh, it's a long way from Clare to here. Let's sing it again. It's a long way from Clare to here. It's a long way from Clare to here. Oh, it's a long, long way, and it gets farther day by day. Oh, it's a long way from Clare to here.
A man always assured of a warm reception here at Cambridge, that's Ralph McTell. Now, here's a great story from this year's festival. Gillian, Welch and David Rawlings were on. They've been on tour with a band called the Old Crow Medicine Show. They were all together in a tour bus, and so the Old Crow Medicine Show said, oh, well, we'll just come down and busk on site. That's what they did, drew quite a crowd in the marketplace down here. Then what happened was another band, Dixie Hummingbirds, their flight was delayed from America, left a big gap on the main stage. So the organisers sent out an appeal, is there a band in the house? Old Crow Medicine Show said, yeah, we'll do it if you like. So they came to busk, they got a slot on the main stage, and they rocked the place. Here they are, Old Crow Medicine Show.
Well, I'm riding up Fifth Street, coming up the main. I'm trying to bomb a nigga, walking back cocaine. Cocaine, they're gonna kill my honey. Now won't you tell it to
It's a big year for Cambridge this year, being 40 years old, and you've seen...
Like me.
You've seen it, of course. Youthful, still in its prime.
Right.
You've seen a great deal of the festival over that time. How does it strike you coming back here on number 40?
The first time I played the festival was the 10th, so I've been coming here for 30 years. It's great, the festival, I don't know if your viewers know, but the festival was started really by a guy called Ken Woolard, who was a fireman here in Cambridge. And just he and some of his friends thought that it would be a great idea to have a music festival. And he used to book the festival on the phone box at the fire station. I mean, it started out that simply, and it's just grown. And Ken, sadly, is no longer here, but his wife Joan is still here.
How does this compare to going back now, looking at the 40th and looking back?
Well, the kebabs back in '72 were especially succulent. The food is much the same. How does it compare? I was drunk a lot more in the beginning. In the early '70s, by this time I would be passed out. So my habits have, I'm a little more conservative. But it also, when the car turned left into the festival site, there's something wonderfully familiar about this particular spot, and it's a good vibe and a great festival, and I hope I'll be playing at the 60th.
When you'll still be in your prime.
That's right.
Mother liked her white wine when she was alive. She was desperate to live, but her limit was 5. Carefully I'd kiss her and send her off to bed. We always stuck to white wine, we stayed away from red. Always stick to white wine, stay away from Mother liked her white wine. She'd have a glass or two almost every single night after her day was through. Sancerre, Chardonnay, Chablis, Pinot Grigio, just to take the edge off, just to get the glow. Got to take the edge off if you wanna get. Mother liked her white wine, she'd have a glass or 3. We'd sit out on the screen porch, white winos, Mom and me. We'd talk about her childhood and recap my career. When we got to my father, that was when I'd switch to beer. We got to the old man and I'd always switch. The Mother liked her white wine, she had a glass or 4. Each empty bottle a dead soldier, the marriage was the war. When we blurred the edges, when we drank a lot, that's when I got nervous, when the glow got hot. I always get nervous when the glow gets. I still like my white wine, and I'll have a glass or 2. When I'm down, I'll drink some whiskey. It's something I shouldn't do. And every now and then I'll take a drop of red. When I'm with a woman that I want to take to bed. When I'm with a woman that I want to take to. Mother liked her white wine when she was alive. And she was desperate to live, but her limit was 5. Carefully I'd kiss her and send her off to bed. Thank God we stuck to white wine and we stayed away from Mother liked her white wine. Thank you very much.
Loudon Wainwright living it up there at the Cambridge Folk Festival. Now, the Basque Country in Spain is one of these places that you can really call, quite rightly, unique. It's different with language, it's different with landscape, and it's different with the music and even the instruments. And we're going to see that on the main stage here just now. Kepa Junkera and his band. Kepa is one of the icons of the Basque Country, you could call him. He plays a tiny wee accordion called a triquitisha, and accompanying him, amongst the other things on the band, are an alboca, a cow's horn, which you can hear from hill to hill in the Basque Country, and also up the back you're going to see a spectacular thing. Pair of guys playing what looks like a bunch of 2x4, but actually it's this fabulous instrument called a chalaparta.
It's the 40th Cambridge Folk Festival, and we've managed to find someone who's been to every single one. John McNamara, nice to see you.
Thank you.
What drew you to the first one?
Pure accidents. I came to see Paul Simon.
And what was it like then? How many people were here for a start? Was it about 1,000, was it?
I think about 1,000. That's what I've been told anyway. I didn't actually stop and count them. It was vastly smaller. I mean, the entrance was way down there on the other side of the end of main stage 2. The There was a small bar tent, if I remember rightly. Lots and lots of these metal park bench chairs sitting out there, most uncomfortable, but it's better than sitting on the grass. A nice wide space. And my main memory of the day was buying 2 pints of beer and walking across to where this young lady was and stepping on the edge of this coat, and the edge of the coat turned round and swore at me, and it was Paul Simon. So I nearly poured 2 pints of beer on him, and they were the first Cambridge Folk Festival.
Tell us first a little bit about the history of the band, because it's a long time and it's certainly a lot of folk.
Yeah, well, I started the band 34 years ago as a young fella, and over the years I've had 90 people in the band, give or take a few. I've lost count, and made a lot of records and albums, CDs, and covered a lot of miles. And I've developed this band into this thing called Asleep at the Wheel, which is this modern-day Western swing band. So.
What makes Asleep at the Wheel? What defines that as modern Western swing compared to, going right back to the Bob Wills roots?
Well, I'm the oldest one in the band, and so some of the guys are in their 20s. A lot of the guys, 3 of the guys are in their 20s and early 30s, and then I have guys in their 40s. And we've all experienced, of course, modern-day rock and roll, modern sensibility. So the one thing that Western swing is that you incorporate what you are into the music, because it's an improvisational music, much like jazz, blues, and bluegrass. So you infuse your own personality into it, and I guess that's what we do. and Broncos. I made every rodeo until I met a tough one. You know his name was the Devil Joe. But I grabbed hold of his bridle just to ride this old outlaw. He took me from the saddle, boy, and what I saw, everybody sang. I saw miles and miles of Texas, all the stars up in the sky. I saw miles and miles of Texas.
Mindy, this is your first visit over to the UK, and I know you've only just arrived here in Cambridge, but how has your welcome been over on this side of the water?
I've been actually honestly very surprised with how people have received me and actually come out and supported an artist that they've never actually heard before.
Now, you're a Long Island girl originally, but and you also don't consider yourself particularly to be a country artist, but you made the decision to move to Nashville. Why was that? Why did it have to be Nashville?
It is one of those places where you can kind of live as a poverty-stricken writer and survive and actually get a great support team of people around you that know kind of what you're going through. And Nashville's a very supportive community, competitive but supportive, in a sense that you have to be on your best, because somebody else will move in and take it.
And so, some of the folk playing on your team are the absolute best.
We've got Lex Price on this tour, and I think he's the next best mandolin player coming out of Nashville in America. And I really, he has made an impact at these shows here overseas. I'm so proud to have him on board, and I think I'm trying to make sure that I can keep him as long as possible. I think he's definitely, once he spreads his wings, he's going to take everybody by storm.
Even though I know you're leaving, and show me all the reasons you would stay. It's just enough to feel your breath on mine, to warm my soul and ease my mind. You've got to hold me and show me now. Give me just one part of you to cling to and keep me everywhere you are. It's just enough to steal my heart and run, then fade out with the falling sun. Oh, please don't go, let me have you just one moment more. All I need, all I want is just one moment more. You've gotta hold me and show me now. Tell me someday you'll be returning, and maybe I'll believe. It's just enough to see a shooting star, to know you're never really far. It's just enough to see so mean. Even though I know you're leaving.
One of the runaway successes of this year's festival, singer-songwriter Mindy Smith. Mike McGoldrick's been here a few times and people always look forward to hearing him play. He is one of Britain's finest flute players. Played with lots of people, Kate Rusby, Kappa Cayley, Toss the Feathers. He's also been featured in Coronation Street, which must have been an honour for him. He's always guaranteed a good reception here. This year was no exception. Here he is, Mike McGoldrick. Gillian Welch is here, finally. It's taken a while to get you to Cambridge.
Something like 8 years, I think. You know, we started coming over here right when our first record came out, and you know, I always hoped we'd play the Cambridge Folk Festival. I heard about it, you know, for many years, and I know it's the big daddy over here, and it just never worked out until this year.
Well, you waited for the good weather.
Yeah, well, actually, they're telling us that we brought it with us.
So what's your impressions of Cambridge then?
Yeah, if it's always like this, it's rocking. It's so beautiful, and I'm really knocked out by the crowd because they seem to be having a really good time, and yet when people play sort of quiet songs, they really sit still, and I don't know, it seems completely about the music to me. We'll see how they respond to our set.
Well, listen, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's been worth the wait for 8 years. I think everybody really wants to see and is looking forward to it. So
We're very excited too.
All right, have a good time.
Thanks.
one of the festival favourites, Gillian Welch there, and quite a compelling and intimate performer, I think, the way she entwines both musically and personally with her partner, both musical and personal, David Rawlings. Something to see, I think.
Absolutely. Now, being the 40th anniversary of the festival, they've got a mix of old and new, and this next man is indeed one of the real icons in folk music, indeed music worldwide. He has been the inspiration for so many guitarists, so many musicians. This is Bert Jansch.
Grams and more in the early, early morning. Blue black sky. Tell me why she loves me. Sweet baby drives me wild like a little child. Standing on the edge, she wants to learn to swim. She looks at the water, but she won't dive in. Tell me why, crimson moor. She's like a new spring flower, her mouth to black. On a great day in autumn, she brightens up the day. But does she know when it's coming? Frost is on his way. Is he here? Gotta hide a little girl from his icy stare. Run back to the sunshine, he won't catch you there. Oh, run, little girl, run. Yeah, crimson moon in the early, early morning. Blue black sky. Tell her I love her. She will listen to you. Tell her she can hear the heartbeat of a dragonfly in full flight. She can taste the spring water of a mountain stream. Feel the burning kiss of a lover's dream. Tell her I love her. She will listen to you. She'll know it's true.
So that's just about it for this, our first programme of highlights from the 40th Cambridge Folk Festival.
It's been a special event and a special blend as well. The decision right at the very beginning, a blend of old and new. Folk have been, some of them practically since the beginning, real hero names like Ralph McTell, Bert Jansch, Loudon Wainwright, one of my own favourites, and also though brand new talent, some folk who'd never been at the festival before, and one of my favourites that made a big impact, Mindy Smith.
Mindy Smith reducing grown men to tears.
Absolutely.
I like Kepa Junkera from the Basque Country. Those two guys hitting that big thing. What's it called?
You can just see them on the top of the hills there, getting stuck into the Chipolatas there.
The Chipolatas, that's it. No, it was great. We're going to finish up with Devine Comedy doing National Express, and there's a story to tell here, because during this song, Neil Hannon got down from the stage and went across the front of the audience so they could all sing a bit. So it was a lovely egalitarian moment, I felt. But then he found himself trapped in the orchestra pit, couldn't get back up. No one was helping poor little Neil. So me, side of the stage there, I ran on, and because he's a small guy, I was able to lift him quite easily, and so I looked very macho. Threw him back onto the stage and saved the show.
Mark Radcliffe, music hero.
All right, so thanks for joining us from Cambridge. Here's Devine Comedy.
You have to sing, yeah, and boogie. Take the National Express when your life's in a mess. It'll make you smile. All human life is here, from the feeble old dear to the screaming child. The student who knows that to have one of those would be suicide. To the family man handling the crown with paternal pride, and everybody sings. She'll provide you with drinks and theatrical winks for a sky-high fee. Mini skirts were in style when she danced down the aisle back in '63. But it's hard to get by when your horse is the size of a small country. And everybody says, yeah. All right, we go where the air is free. Tomorrow belongs to me. When you're sad and feeling blue, with nothing better to do, don't just sit there feeling stressed. Take a little trip on the National Express. On the National Express. Yes. Guitar solo. Beautiful. You just sing National Express, okay? Right? Let's go National Express. Here we go. National Lovely.
National Express.
Beautiful.
National Express.
Gorgeous.
National Express.
Lovely.
National Express.
Coolest folk. Oh yeah. That's the best one. And you, beauty, sir. Okay, we'll start from here.
National Express. National Express.
Lovely. Okay.
National Express.
Beautiful.
National Express.
I can't reach any further. You'll be very happy to learn. Okay, thank you. Let's finish the song. Go on. A 2, a 3, a 4.